combined for 48 threes. And guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Pau and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
Now here is Lowry. Anthony kicks to Lowry. Back to Anthony. Leonard with the steal. Outside Curry. Offline with his three. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
And he gets it to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Curry had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Coach joked about how he planned for this game. He said that he took a look at the roster of the other conference and realized that there is no way to plan for all the talent and superstars on the other side of the ball, saying, if I had to actually try and stop them from scoring, I might lose my mind. We don't want to see that, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. LeBron against Durant, and he gets it to go.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And guys, you know, we've had some all-star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
Here is Lowry. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. James kicks to Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wade dishes to Anthony. Rebound by Kobe. Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring all-star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the all-star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show. His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Wade kicks to Anthony. They set the pick. There's the dish to George. Takes the three.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points? Just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
The kick out to LeBron. George sets a screen for James. Unloads from 13. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. That all-star game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that record was going to go down.
Feeds it to Anthony. George with the screen on Leonard. Anthony, the pass to George. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the '88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event. celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
And, you know, this game, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
Now here is Aldridge following the miss by DeRozan.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Thomas kicks to Drummond. Bosch in the post. Aldridge is covering. Bosch misses. And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star game recently, another trend, Greg, that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, you know, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting a huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie it up in the fourth quarter. But once again, the comeback bid failed to come to fruition.
Here's DeRozan following the basket by Draymond Green. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. That misses, so he splits the free throws. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin.
Paul dishes to Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next three quarters as well, Greg.
On offense, here are the West All-Stars. They're on a 13-5 run here. Paul passes to Aldridge. Unloads from 13. East grabs the miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. West All-Stars out in front, leading by 6. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And we welcome you back to the NBA All-Star Game as we get set to begin the second quarter.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
On the court right now as the second quarter starts for the West All-Stars. We've got Harden. Anthony Davis is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Green, and it's Paul in at the 1 spot. And Davis sends it back.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Now here's Wall. Millsap kicks to Wall. Fires from deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Drummond working against Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup. Cousins has got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now here's Wall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the West All-Stars?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
And that one falls for Wall. And the East All-Stars with some changes. James checked in for Andre Drummond. Paul George comes in for Butler. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't get the second one. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. 6-point game. The drive by Green. A quick shot there, and it's off target. And here are the East All-Stars now. Wall dishes to Millsap. From 18 feet away, Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Harden. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it three.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
So for the West, Durant's checked in for Cousins. Kobe comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Stephen Curry in for Chris Paul. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. There's the pick. Here's Wall. It's a nice D. Clark, they can stretch the lead to double digits.
Yeah, which would obviously put them in a very comfortable spot.
Durant, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Durant's got his second bucket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Anthony Davis. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now, here is George. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Dwayne Wade. Here's Curry after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. The feed to Davis. Harden kicks to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Curry wide open. Shot is off. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. And the pass to Wade. Pulls up on the wing. Off the iron that time.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they are.
Oh! And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest.
Now here's Wall. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Curry passes to Davis. There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. Curry kicks to Durant. And it's Wade with the rebound. He's with the ball. They trail by 11. Millsap with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Millsap dishes to Wade. Stolen by Durant. And they're moving it up. Here's Harden. Wade with the defensive effort.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Big group substitution here for the East. Chris Bosh is checked in for Millsap. Anthony comes in for George. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for John Wall. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Davis. Leonard comes in for Bryant. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Curry.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Anthony kicks to James. No luck. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
Lowry passes to Bosh, and he gets the bucket.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
It's Westbrook with the drive. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Bosh sets the pick for Thomas. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook. The East All-Stars shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good, Thomas. And the East All-Stars listen for LeBron. Butler comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's DeRozan in for Kyle Lowry. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Cousins comes in for Kevin Durant. And Paul subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And both free throws good for Thomas.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bosch touched it last.
Ball.
.36 seconds left in the second quarter. To the inside. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Cousins. Aldridge has got the lead up to 12 now for the West All-Stars. Outside Bosch from downtown. That's good. Bosch has got 5 points in the quarter.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Paul against Thomas. Paul outside. Kicks it to Aldridge. Puts up the baby hook. That doesn't go either for Aldridge. Thomas. The shot no good. And we finished one half of basketball. West All-Stars lead by 9. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game, and I would never try to speak for Shaq and Kenny.
Please don't.
But I have certainly been enjoying the action. Have you been enjoying the action, Shaq?
Are you looking at me, Ernie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action, Ernie. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, this is a great first half. Can't wait for the second.
And guys, some memorable All-Star Weekend competitions over the years, but what a stacked roster this year's West All-Stars have. Wow. I don't think anyone's surprised they've had the upper hand in sportsmanship and in the scoring so far tonight.
Well, the West has been the most dominant conference for quite some time now, and they're showing why that's the case. The depth of the Western Conference in the All-Star game is something that usually gives them an advantage. All these guys are just here to have fun, but deep down, they're competing to win.
And I think no matter how deep we see the Western Conference, the top stars in the East want to try to get back on top here tonight. We might see a lot more fight as we get into the second half, but we really have seen some great plays from the West in the first 2 quarters.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
And welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting night of basketball.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
D-Wade out there with Lowry. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Anthony. And it's George in at the small forward spot. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Anthony drives in. Can't get it to go.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Lowry dishes to Wade. James kicks to Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Anthony's got his first bucket of the night.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Outside Curry. The shot misses. Curry's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. Anthony kicks to Lowry. James the pass to Lowry. Back to LeBron. Passes it to Carmelo. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Western All-Stars ball.
And the West All-Stars have possession. Westbrook dishes to Curry. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And a miss there on the triple. The East All-Stars on offense. It's a 10-point game. And George kicks to Lowry. He feeds it to Wade. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And so here are the West All-Stars. It's Curry with the drive. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Anthony's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wade outside. Pass to LeBron. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
First trip to the line for him here.
2 shots.
No good on that one. And the East with some changes. Paul Millsap's checked in for George, and it's John Wall in for Kyle Lowry. The West also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Draymond Green comes in for Kobe. And it's Harden in for Steph Curry. And the second free throw, good. Westbrook with it. He's got 8. Pass to Durant. Wide open. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Durant's got 6. Durant's gone 50% from the field, 3 of 6. Wall passes to Millsap. The drive by Wade. Inside. Here's James. Westbrook pulls it in. And the West All-Stars have possession. They have a 9-point lead. A pull-up. And he drops that one in. He's got 10.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today. And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Wade dishes to Millsap. Wade sets the pick for Millsap. Millsap a screen. Outside, Wall. Wade outside. Tries a three. They get it again. Drummond. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Green, no luck.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Wade against Westbrook. Here's Drummond. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
West All-Stars shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First one falls for him. And the East with some changes. Chris Bosh is checked in for Millsap. Jimmy Butler comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's DeRozan in for Dwayne Wade. The West also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Durant. And it's Paul in for Russell Westbrook. So he gets them both.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Wall. Wall against Paul. Davis sets a screen. Paul outside, 6 to shoot, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is that the players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Thomas checked in for John Wall. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the West. Thompson comes in for James Harden. And DeRozan kicks to Bosh. Dishes it to Butler. Wide open shot is on the money. 1:12 left here in the third quarter. Paul outside, down low, Aldridge. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Thomas goes in. Nice D from Cousins. And here's the West with the ball. 9-point game. Thompson with it. Now Thomas defending. The dish to Cousins. And the wide open shot from Green. Good on the triple. Green's got 5 points so far.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Bosh. Buries it from about 10 feet away. He has 7.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
And here's the West with the ball. Al Paul. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He kicks to Aldridge. Puts one up from 19. Can't get it to go. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. West All-Stars out in front, up by 10. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. We've been having a great time here. We hope you have been too. The All-Star Game coverage continues. Thanks again for tuning in here to 2K Sports.
And, you know, we always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star Game, is there?
On the court for the West All-Stars, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Aldridge out there with Davis. Then it's Thompson, and it's Curry in at the point guard position.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the West All-Stars.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's DeRozan. The three-pointer, no good. Curry against Lowry. Kobe, the pass to Curry. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And they're running. Here's Harden. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Millsap a screen on Kobe. Here's George. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, I like how Paul Millsap used his body to get into the defender there.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Are you kidding? I mean, this is an all-star finish if ever I've seen one.
And that's one of the plays people are going to remember and talk about from this year's game for sure.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pass.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. Offensively, he'd like to see them get the ball into the post as often as possible. That's where he thinks their biggest advantage lies. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's George. Kept alive. Anthony. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Westbrook dishes to Curry. Davis sets a screen. Off the screen. The shot is off. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Nobody near George. And the three ball is good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Outside Curry. Down low, Leonard. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Kawhi Leonard. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. John Wall's checked in for the East. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Durant's checked in. Leonard hits them both. The East All-Stars on offense, trailing by 13. Here's George. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And Westbrook, here we go. Nobody near Leonard. And a miss there on the triple. And George kicks to Wall. Anthony sets the pick for George. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. In the corner, George with it. 4 on the shot clock. 11 feet away.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Westbrook passes to Bryant. Takes the 3. East grabs the miss. Anthony's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Wade. Great D that time from Leonard. Wade's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. And Westbrook, here we go. It's Curry outside. No good. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Wade, good.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
They retain possession. That is good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Wade's gone 4 of 8 from the field. Curry against Wall. Curry kicks to Westbrook. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his 3rd rebound tonight. He dishes it to Wall. Back to Wade. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lets it go from 11. Wall with another miss. And the West All-Stars have possession. At one point, they led by 16. Westbrook dishes to Leonard. Goes up on the wing, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. 11-point game. And Wall kicks to Wade. Baseline J on the way. It's good. with that basket. He's now 5 for 9.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Westbrook kicks to Curry. Anthony against Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. The drive by Wade. And that one goes long.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Durant with a screen on Wall. Curry kicks to Durant. To the middle. Left side Westbrook. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's two. Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
And that one's good. Three seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside Westbrook. Outside Curry. Durant the pass to Curry. 5 on the clock. And a miss there on the triple. Wade right side. Outside Anthony. It goes straight through with the switch.
Anthony in a rhythm and a groove now.
So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win.
And for the West, that's 2 All-Star victories in a row and 5 wins in the last 6 years. It's been a dominant decade in this event for the Western Conference. Probably a fitting illustration, guys, of where the majority of the talent is in the league these days.
Incredibly deep, you're right, and it shows year after year. Well, we hope everyone's enjoyed watching the All-Star Game 2016 as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you. So, for Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Toronto.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP, Russell Westbrook. Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. We had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
He put on exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted. He said, okay, I can handle it. I'll step aside.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.
And you know, this game belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
18 feet out. No good off the front iron.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
I'll look at the West All-Stars starting group. Kobe is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
Now here's LeBron. James a screen on Durant. Wade outside. Clock at 6. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. First quarter, just over a minute played. That All-Star Game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that record was going to go down.
Kobe kicks to Durant. Launches a three. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Durant's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. LeBron up top. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down. And guys, you know, we've had some all-star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
George, and he converts the layup.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
I talked to Coach about All-Star Weekend, and he said it's been a blast hanging out with everyone in the NBA. Coach said, usually I'm staying up late scheming ways to shut one guy down or take apart a defense. It's nice to have a breather and just have a little bit of fun. We couldn't agree more.
Thanks again, Doris. Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring All-Star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the All-Star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show.
LeBron outside. He feeds it to George. Wade against Westbrook. Anthony right side. The 17-footer goes down. Anthony's got his second bucket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark. And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams, they combined for 48 threes.
A big group substitution here for the East. Chris Bosh is checked in for Anthony. Butler comes in for George. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kyle Lowry. Free throw good, James. And those 48 three-pointers you talked about, Greg, the previous high for threes in an All-Star game was 30. So that's what I call shattering a record, huh? Man, oh man.
It was insane. And really that speaks to the evolution of the game as well. The game has become far more perimeter-oriented in terms of the skill set.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the East All-Stars?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And that one falls for Paul.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
Andre Drummond's checked in for James. He hits both from the stripe. And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the 88 slam dunk contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
And stolen by Butler. Here's DeRozan. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now here's Green. Drops it in from 11 feet. Green's got his first basket of the night.
And guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Pau and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball.
Here's Thomas. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 6 on the shot clock. Paul against DeRozan. Fade away. Some solid D from Paul. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you can sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
Now here's DeRozan. Following the miss by Draymond Green. Thomas, that's good.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Here's Aldridge, and that's good off the glass that time.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Now here's Butler. Pass to DeRozan. Can't hit. Great D that time from Green. The drive by Thompson from the baseline. Some solid defense from Butler. Thomas cannot hit. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. East All-Stars lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we welcome you back to the NBA All-Star Game as we get set to begin the second quarter.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the East All-Stars, Paul Millsap out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Paul George, and it's Wall, and it's Wade in at the 2 spot.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Durant.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Wall. Drummond sets the screen for Wall. Right side Millsap. Shot clock at 5, and it's Durant with the rebound.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And Curry has it in the corner. And it's off the back rim, no good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
George with the ball. Leonard picks him up. And George, here we go.
They're doing a lot of spectating there on D. But hey, it's the All-Star game.
George has gotten all 3 of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Curry setting the pick for Davis. Lets it go from deep. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Stephen Curry.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Millsap. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Wall. No good. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Outside Curry. Davis, the pass to Curry. Davis with a screen on Wall. Curry dishes to Durant. And it's D. Wade with the rebound.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Wall against Curry. Kicks to Davis. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. The dish to Drummond. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Drummond a screen. Here's George. And it's George again missing.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
A big group substitution here for the East. James checked in for Andre Drummond. Anthony comes in for George. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Lowry in for John Wall. The West All-Stars also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Durant. Bryant comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Curry. Now here's Anthony. Nice D from Bryant.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Anthony against Westbrook. Outside Millsap. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. So we'll see Paul Millsap go to the line here. That one on Davis. Green, he's checked in for the West. Paul comes in for James Harden.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Here are the East All-Stars. Lowry kicks to James. Off target from outside. James has gone 1 of 3 on the night. Paul outside. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Lowry passes to Millsap. Outside Anthony. 1:30 left in the first half. That's good. Anthony's got 6.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Westbrook missing again.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Dishes it to Carmelo. Millsap a screen. The feed now to James. Oh!
I have to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks, and that one certainly qualifies.
Now here's Paul. Charity stripe shot, and that one's good.
Shaked and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
And got him on the wrong foot and then just flew by him.
Anthony kicks to Lowry. Cousins against James. Outside for Lowry. Clock at 6. Back to James. All sorts of time. The shot is off. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. 24 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Paul. They get it back. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Second team.
The West All-Stars have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And here are the East All-Stars now. And here is Thomas. 1 second left. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's the West All-Stars up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game, and I would never try to speak for Shaq and Kenny.
Please don't.
But I have certainly been enjoying the action. Have you been enjoying the action, Shaq?
Are you looking at me, Ernie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action, Ernie. Very, very fun.
Yeah, this is a great first half. Can't wait for the second.
We never get tired of having the privilege to broadcast at such an amazing and fun weekend. This year's All-Star action is no different. And on top of all that, we've got a competitive matchup underway. Both East and West All-Stars this year looking primed to put on a real show in the second half that could go down to the wire.
Wow, Ernie, well said. Anyway, the game has been pretty close up to this point, but there's going to be a moment when everyone goes into overdrive. Stops being a free-for-all with scoring, and the Stars turn it up a notch and try to win. Everyone in this game is crazy competitive, and nobody wants to go home a loser.
I think this All-Star game definitely has the makings of an exciting finish. It happens every year. Usually in the second half is when the best of the best step up and take control. Yeah, you might see some highlight plays for fun, but down the stretch, you're going to see hot competition.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
And we return to the NBA All-Star game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And here's the East. It's a one-point game on the court for the West All-Stars. We've got Durant. Kobe is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Curry in at the one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Durant's got the lead up to 1 now for the West All-Stars. He's with the ball. Outside Lowry. Wade on the wing. Anthony right side. Takes the 13-footer, and the shot is long.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Curry wide open. Good on the three-point shot. And now a 4-point West All-Star lead.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Now here's James. He has 5.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Curry against Lowry. Durant for 3. East grabs the miss. Outside Lowry. Pass to Wade. He kicks to Anthony. Hits from the high post. Anthony's got 8 points.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
All-Stars with some changes. Drummond comes in for LeBron. And John Wall subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Davis is checked in for the West. Harden comes in for Russell Westbrook. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Bryant.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside, Wall. Feeds to Wade. That's good from 17 feet away. Wade's got the game tied up here for the East All-Stars. Harden against Wade. Curry setting the pick for Davis. Outside Curry. The tray. And that one's good. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Offensive rebound. Drummond. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes. Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Anthony. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. The pass to Millsap. Millsap a screen. Outside, George. And it's Wall at the elbow. Just 3 to shoot. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
That's good. And that's 11 points for Steph Curry.
clearly he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Harden against Wade. Outside Millsap. Pass to Drummond. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And it's Wade penetrating. He feeds it to Drummond. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
A big group substitution here for the East. Chris Bosh is checked in for Millsap. Jimmy Butler comes in for George. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for John Wall. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Paul against Thomas. Paul right side. To the paint. Butler with the steal. Here's Thomas. That one rolling around and rims out. Thomas gone 1 of 4 so far. On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Cousins. 13 feet away. Bosh grabs the miss. It's a close game here in Toronto. DeRozan in the corner. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Thomas against Paul. Thompson outside. From past the arc. And it's the East with the rebound.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Thompson against DeRozan. And Cousins kicks to Paul. Thompson inside the line. Again, the miss by Thompson.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
9 seconds left in the third. Here's Paul. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Chris Bosh is out there with Anthony. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Wall. And it's Butler in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Aldridge. Good.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Here's Wall. Outside Anthony. Wall is screen on Leonard. That's a 2 from Butler. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Butler's got it all tied up now for the East All-Stars. And the West All-Stars have possession. Outside Westbrook. Kicks it to Thompson. The dish to Davis. No good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Outside Bosh. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Leonard with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Leonard, no luck. Anthony, the pass to James. Dishes to Wall to take the lead. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound in this one. The 3. LeBron grabs the miss. There's the feed to Wall. Outside Bosch. He trains the quick shot.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Time.
Some changes here for the East. George is checked in for Bosch. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Jimmy Butler. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Kevin Durant's checked in for Aldridge. Bryant comes in for Anthony Davis. And Curry subbed in for Thompson. And so here are the West All-Stars. Trailing by 2.
What a nice feed by Kobe that time.
Balanced scoring Clark for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score, and that makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
So here's Westbrook. Paul George making his last shot. Outside Leonard. Shoots off the step back. But they'll get another chance. Curry is inside. Covered by Wall. Durant sets a screen for Curry. He dishes it to Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. And Wall kicks to Anthony. And the rejection by Leonard. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant. Outside, Wall. From 17 feet out. Wall missing again.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Time.
Here's Wade. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Outside Lowry. Takes the turnaround Jay. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Lowry. Wade's got the game tied up here for the East All-Stars. It's Westbrook with the drive and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Such a wide open look. That's 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out. You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
.143 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Curry. The second chance effort. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Durant doing all sorts of things. He has 9 rebounds, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
We've seen Kevin Durant really have a great game.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
.130 left in the fourth quarter. The shot by Lowry, no good. And the West All-Stars with possession. The lead is 2. Outside for Durant. Here's Bryant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Curry against Lowry. Outside Anthony. Back to James. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
.102 left to play here in the fourth. Durant dishes to Curry. Back to Durant. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Durant.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
And here are the East All-Stars. Anthony kicks to Lowry. It's rebounded by the West.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Durant attacking. Good.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Carmelo Anthony. One shot.
And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Stephen Curry. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 90 that time from Leonard.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Outside Westbrook. So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win.
And for the West, that's 2 All-Star victories in a row and 5 wins in the last 6 years. It's been a dominant decade in this event for the Western Conference. Probably a fitting illustration, guys, of where the majority of the talent is in the league these days.
Incredibly deep, you're right, and it shows year after year. Well, we hope everyone's enjoyed watching the All-Star Game 2016 as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you. So, for Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Toronto.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP. Kevin Durant with a strong double-double, points and rebounds. He was a force that was not going to be denied with his efforts both on offense and defense. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight, really made each possession count. He was the difference maker.
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. He had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.
In shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
Now here's Curry. Durant kicks to Leonard from the corner. It's hauled in by LeBron.
And you know, this game, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
Now we'll look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Curry is out there with Russell Westbrook. And there's Bryant, and it's Durant, and it's Leonard in at the 4 slot, and that one's good.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star Game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star Game recently, another trend, Greg, that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting the huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie it up in the fourth quarter. But once again, the comeback bid failed to come to fruition.
Now here's Curry following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Outside Curry. His 3-pointers off the mark. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, a moment ago, Steve Kerr and I were able to chat. We talked about what it means for him to be at the helm of the All-Star side, and he said, really, it is a testament to my team. They've played great, and this is just a side effect of them having a great start to the season. They deserve all the credit. Love it, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the 88 slam dunk contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me, the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams, they combine for 48 threes.
And here's Westbrook following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. Durant with another miss.
Just a little more defense in this game than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, and I like to see that, quite honestly. I mean, they're battling hard at both ends right now.
And the shot is good. And those 48 three-pointers you talked about, Greg, the previous high for threes in an All-Star game was 30. So that's what I call shattering a record, huh? Man, oh, man.
It was insane. And really, that speaks to the evolution of the game as well. The game has become far more perimeter-oriented in terms of the skill set. And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Here's Lowry and Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the East. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Kyle Lowry. The wide open look here for DeRozan. That three off the mark.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
Shots good by Durant.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Durant's gone 2 for 4 so far here tonight. Thomas against Curry. Baseline jumper, and he hits the jumper for 2. Thomas got his first points in this one. That All-Star game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that record was going to go down.
Now DeRozan, following the miss by Draymond Green from deep.
Well, the All-Star game deep is in full effect. They typically clamp it down in the second half.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Pau and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
Catching up on the changes for the East. Drummond's checked in for LeBron. Wash comes in for Anthony, and it's Butler in for Paul George. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Durant. Aldridge comes in for Kobe. Thompson, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And it's Paul in for Steph Curry. Now here's Drummond following the miss by Draymond Green. Bosh a screen on Green. DeRozan with it. Now Green defending. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
Here's Thomas following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's DeRozan missing.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Aldridge, no luck. Here's Butler. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. DeRozan against Thompson. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The East All-Stars up on top, up by 4. We'll get right back to the action when we return. A great event unfolding, one quarter of basketball already played, and welcome back everyone to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the West All-Stars, Anthony Davis is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Green. And it's Harden in at the two-guard spot. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The East making a switch. Wade's checked in. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the West. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Now, here's Millsap. Harden missing his last shot. Butler passes to Drummond. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Paul. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And Wall kicks to Wade. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And it's Butler missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Harden's shot is off.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Harden against Wall. Drummond sets the screen for Butler. Millsap left side. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Millsap's got his first 2 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut back down to a 7-point margin, getting the points there from Leonard.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pass.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Anthony Davis. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thanks. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The West All-Stars with the ball. 7-point differential. Harden outside. Outside Durant. Lets the three fly. Here's Davis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Paul Millsap picks one up. The West All-Stars shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. That free throw, no good. Bryant is checked in for the West. And he sinks the second. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now Wall. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Wade. Harden with the defensive effort. And they're moving it up the floor. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Wall dishes to Millsap. Wall sets a screen for Millsap. He kicks to Wade. Millsap a screen. The feed to James. Out to the right wing. Wall wide open. No good from outside. Outside Durant. The dish to Kerr. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Wall kicks to LeBron. Outside, George. Outside, Wall. 6 to shoot. And George, here we go. And too long on the shot.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Kobe. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The West All-Stars have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. A big group substitution here for the East. Chris Bosh is checked in for Millsap. Anthony comes in for George. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for John Wall. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Durant. Draymond Green comes in for Davis. Thompson, he's checked in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Curry. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Thomas a screen. Passes to DeRozan. Right side, Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Outside Bosh. Trying to get back on track. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low. Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Bosh with another miss. They've got the opportunity to get the lead back.
And they've been waiting for this chance all game long.
And here's Green outside. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Green's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Bosh, a screen on Westbrook. And Thomas, here we go. Shot's good by Bosh.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
And it's the West All-Stars ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Pass to Green. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Misses off the right iron.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Thomas goes in. Can't get it to go. Now the West All-Stars the other way. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. They get it again. Here's Green. He feeds it to Thompson. Good on the 13-footer. Thompson's got his first 2 points.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Thomas passes to Bosh. From 13. Almost, but it rolls out. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. West All-Stars lead by 3. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game, and I would never try to speak for Shaq and Kenny.
Please don't.
But I have certainly been enjoying the action. Have you been enjoying the action, Shaq?
Are you looking at me, Ernie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action, Ernie. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, this is a great first half. Can't wait for the second.
We never get tired of having the privilege to broadcast at such an amazing and fun weekend. This year's All-Star action is no different. And on top of all that, we've got a competitive matchup underway. Both East and West All-Stars this year looking primed to put on a real show in the second half that could go down to the wire.
Wow, Ernie, well said. Anyway, the game has been pretty close up to this point, but there's going to be a moment when everyone goes into overdrive. Stops being a free-for-all with scoring, and the Stars turn it up a notch and try to win. Everyone in this game is crazy competitive, and nobody wants to go home a loser.
I think this All-Star game definitely has the makings of an exciting finish. It happens every year. Usually in the second half is when the best of the best step up and take control. Yeah, you might see some highlight plays for fun, but down the stretch, you're going to see hot competition.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
Welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting night of basketball.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I think it's going to be a spectacular final two quarters.
And here are the East All-Stars. They trail by 3. D-Wade out there with Lowry. Then it's Anthony. Then it's LeBron James. And it's George in at the small forward. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Anthony puts up the baby hook. That's good. Anthony's got the first bucket of the third here for the East All-Stars.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Durant sets a screen for Westbrook. Outside Durant, all alone. Shot is off.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Wade dishes to George. Chance there to take the lead, missing. And so here are the West All-Stars. They lead by 1. Durant against James. There's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Andre Drummond's checked in for the East. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Lowry kicks to Drummond. Lowry with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. And Anthony gets it to go.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. He mentioned one more thing, which was that he'd like them to get out and run whenever they get their hands on the ball. Let's play this game at top speed. Those were his exact words. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Now, here's Wade. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Durant, the pass to Kobe. Shoots a three. Rebound by the East All-Stars.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Durant against George. Six on the shot clock. From 12 feet out. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. George has got his first basket.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
Westbrook kicks to Leonard. To the inside. Here's Curry. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. That's good from Stephen Curry. And the East All-Stars with some changes. Paul Millsap's checked in for Anthony. Butler comes in for George. And it's John Wall in for Dwayne Wade. The West also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Durant. Davis comes in for Bryant. And James Harden subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And both free throws good for Curry.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Dishes to Butler. From 13, the shot is off. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's the break. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Leonard. That's now 8 points for Steph Curry.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first four here in the third.
Millsap has the open look. No luck. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Now here's Curry. He's got 8. There's the bucket. Good.
Stephen Curry amped up on O.
It's a close game here in Toronto. There's the pass to Drummond. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Leonard with the steal. And here's Harden. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Curry with the defensive effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Nobody near Leonard. It's Drummond with the rebound. And here are the East All-Stars. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Millsap. It counts. And the foul. That one on Davis.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And the East with some changes. Chris Bosh is checked in for Andre Drummond. DeRozan comes in for Kyle Lowry. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for John Wall. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Davis. Draymond Green comes in for Leonard. Klay Thompson is checked in for James Harden. And Paul subbed in for Steph Curry. Thompson misses. Now here's Thomas from past the arc. And it's DeRozan missing.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The West All-Stars have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. LeBron's checked in for the East. And he's good on the second.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
Thomas kicks to Bosh. Butler against Paul. Butler dishes to Bosh. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Sure has been. I mean, guys, momentum is hard to come by in this one. I mean, it seems like one team gets the lead, and then the other one storms right back.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Thomas up top, defended by Paul. Thomas, no good. And so here are the West All-Stars. A 2-point game. Cousins with a screen for Paul. The wide open look here for Holdridge. They get it back. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And the 3 off target. Thompson's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Thomas passes to DeRozan. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
Oh, yeah. He's in this game for a reason, Kev.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. From deep. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. East All-Stars ahead, up by 4. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
And I can't quit. All I know is HBK, yeah, you know.
To our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. Anthony Davis is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Durant. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Harden in at the 2. Now here is Davis. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. It's on Chris Bosh. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the East All-Stars.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
He hits the second from the line. And here's the East. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside, George. Wade kicks to Wall. Here's the screen. Drummond a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George. West All-Stars with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Right block shot. Rebound Andre Drummond. Clark, plenty of drama in this one so far.
And I would not be surprised if it goes right down to the buzzer.
Pass to George. Back to Drummond. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. To the paint. Here's Davis, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Anthony's checked in for Chris Bosh. The West also making some changes. Bryant comes in for Anthony Davis. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Paul. Wall against Curry. They set the pick. Nobody near George. Here's Drummond, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Anthony, nice D from Durant. And the West All-Stars have possession. Trailing by 2. Leonard on the wing. Paul George with the steal. Good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Leonard. And Anthony sends it back. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Kobe with it. He's picked up by Wall. And Bryant kicks to Harden. Jacks up a 3. And that one's good.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Wall with it. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. And he gets it to go.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Harden dishes to Durant to tie it up. That's good. Durant's got it all tied up now for the West All-Stars.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now here's Wall. Lets it go from deep. Shot's good.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Wade against Harden. Now here's Durant. Guarded closely. Good D by Drummond.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Leonard against George. Steps back and shoots. They get the rebound. And Durant sends it back. Taken away by Anthony. He dishes it to Wade. The baseline J. Connects. The jumper drops. Now it's a 5-point East All-Star lead.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
All-Stars with some changes. James comes in for Andre Drummond, and it's Kyle Lowry in for John Wall. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Westbrook's checked in. .152 left in the game. Left side, Leonard. And it's Wade with the rebound. Wade's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Well, he turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by trying to go to the fadeaway.
Curry kicks to Westbrook. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Lowry passes to Wade. 11 feet away. And it's Wade again missing. To the wing on the left. Westbrook gets to Durant. It's stolen by Wade. And that one's good.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
LeBron against Durant. Here's LeBron. The wide open look here for Anthony. They grab their own miss. And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul. Paul George. 2 shots.
Shooting two.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Paul with the three. It falls. And now they trail by just 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Leonard, that's for 2. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's LeBron.
Oh, now that's an all-star dunk. That's why he's here.
Bryant gets a wide open look and the miss. So the East All-Stars win it.
And for the Eastern Conference, they score the victory on their home turf here in Toronto. That runs their all-time record in the All-Star game to 38-27. The West has a long way to go, guys, to catch up.
It's going to take a while, you're right. Well, as always, we've had a blast bringing this game to you, the special moments from All-Star.